right, everybody, we are back. Coming up tomorrow night from the new movie Undisputed, Wesley Snipes is going to be here. Yeah, from the movie 24-Hour Party People, comedian Steve Coogan and musical guest Oasis. So check out that show. That's a good show. Huh?
They're feeling a little ungrateful for tonight's show.
They'll come around.
All right.
All right, you know my next guest from such films as Gosford Park and Emma. Starting Friday, he can be seen in the new movie Possession. Please welcome Jeremy Northam.
This is all too strange.
Yes.
This is all too strange. I've been sitting backstage freaking out because it is 6 years to the very day I first appeared on this show, and Kevin was the guest on it.
Oh, my
And
God.
So
nothing's
6 years
changed.
ago, Kevin, and then you. And
Yeah.
it's to the day. That's really freaky.
Absolutely to the
Do you
day.
remember anything about that evening? How did I look? How did I smell?
I remember this, seriously, the strange thing of being on a chat show and realizing this kind of odd, you know, I'm talking here, but you're
You saying
out
my
there
head's
and,
fat? I don't know.
No, it's just what looks natural on camera doesn't feel very natural.
Right. But here you have like a giant head looking down at you, interrogating you.
Your hair hasn't changed at all.
No, my hair is, I keep this in a box at night. This was developed by NASA. This is the real stuff. It's
Yeah.
good. But, and was Kevin, what did Kevin do that night? Did he regale us with, come on.
You're saying August 14th, 6 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. And what he did, I remember he did Shatner, which made me feel very happy.
You did, she did Shatner doing, you've done Shatner several times on the show, I
Really?
think. Yeah. What
What a shock.
Shatner was he doing?
I can't remember exactly, but I mean, I just remember being overawed with your versatility.
I can't believe you said that. What the hell?
The only reason I came on this show was to
Let's
realize-
try and exactly mimic that show from 6 years ago. And then we'll show them on back-to-back nights, some kind of promotional thing, and it will do terribly.
I mean, Groundhog Day. And then the following night, I had, you know, a blind date, which was the start of a horrible relationship, really. It lasted forever.
Wait, you're blaming me for
So
that?
I'm hoping I'm not going to have a sort of repeat episode, you know.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you'll meet someone
An
special
anniversary
tomorrow.
episode. Time for the therapist.
So you use this show to try and pick someone up, is what you're saying?
No.
That's because
No, that
that's
was
what I
nothing
used to
with
do.
it.
I used to go to bars, and when I would come on, I'd be like, check him out, and then, hey, it's me, baby!
How'd it work out?
Never worked once.
Dangerous.
Now, you just shot a movie where you played Dean Martin.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly played Dean Martin. That's got to be a little tough. Did you sing? Have to sing like Dean?
We finished on Friday in Toronto, and Sean Hayes from Will and Grace, he was Jerry Lewis,
Right.
and it's the story of their relationship. No, they wouldn't let me near the singing, because I think they had to have Dean's singing voice in order to make the picture. So I just, you know, they wouldn't allow me to do an impersonation of him singing, so I just had to do an impersonation of him talking, which is kind of...
What did you sound like? It was...
Well, I sounded like me doing an impersonation of Dean Martin. I mean,
Right. Would you ever
makes-
forget and have Dean Martin say like a British thing like cheerio or
Well,
something like
that's
that?
the problem with doing all of that. Yeah. Cheerio, pal. You didn't quite
You were like, critics will be like, what the hell's going on here?
Ta-da, see you later.
I can't wait to see this movie. And does Sean Hayes run around a lot going like, oh, Dean, wow!
Kind of inevitably, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the show's about, really.
When is this going to be...
Why weren't you up for it?
for the
Because you do that rather well.
Well, I think, yeah, I should play Jerry Lewis in a movie someday.
Yeah.
I think the problem is when you're locked into, like, conventional good looks, you don't...
Yeah. I had a bit of a problem when I first
I don't know
arrived
why they laugh at the wrong places.
I had a problem when I first arrived in Toronto because people would say, and which part are you playing? And you go, and the first morning I got into a car, we were going for pre-production rehearsals, and I'd grown a beard. I just, you know, didn't really think much of it. I just stopped shaving and had a beard. And the driver looked at me and went, "You're playing Dean Martin?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dean have a beard?" It's like,
You should
no,
have said,
I'll
yeah,
shave it off before
yeah,
I
during
start."
his beatnik phase.
Yeah, exactly.
That very few people know about.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm curious about something. Of course, you're British. Are you from London, or?
I live in London. I've lived in London for 20-odd years.
If you're an actor and you're from Britain, and you're living in London, you're used to just being around a lot of other different kinds of people. But then you move to Los Angeles and start doing movies, you know, in America. When you live in Los Angeles, it must be kind of freaky that everybody there is in show business.
Well,
I mean, it's a one industry town.
I remember somebody warning me, somebody I'd worked with came straight from a film in Montreal and went to LA for the first time, and I met her while she was buying jeans somewhere, and we were having a conversation, and she was getting changed in the little sort of cubby hole, and she said how things going. I mentioned my agent, and she leant over the top and said, "Don't say that, because everyone's got an agent here." At which
Everyone
point
in LA, right?
The jeans assistant said, "I've got an agent." So,
and a screenplay, which I want you to read. Yeah.
It's true, absolutely.
Were you working in the Gap or just hanging out in the Gap?
Trying to, you know, earn
Meet
a bit
girls at the
extra
Gap?
in order to
I tried that too, also.
pay the commission to the
I'd be
agent.
like, just hanging out in the Gap, and look, I'm Conan O'Brien.
Welcome to Walken's House of Pantaloons.
International. Those were good times. Possession opens this Friday.
Yeah.
And that's in select cities. And then I'm sure
What does that mean?
That means that in select cities, it's opening on Friday, and then it will open larger after that.
Does that mean there's sort of non-select cities, unselect, disselect cities?
There are cities, yeah, where no movies are ever shown.
That's what I thought.
Because they're punishing those people. Because they've been bad. Jeremy Northam, thank you very much for being here. Very good to have you. You brought class to the show. You did what I wanted you to do. We'll take a break when we come back. Jim Gaffigan. He's a very funny guy. Stick around.